Hi guys, Ian here. Welcome to my channel and to this video. And today I want to talk a bit about enlightenment and some thoughts I've had about it and my own experience of what it is I'm questing for, I suppose, when I talk about enlightenment. And we bandy the word around, don't we? Well, at least I do in conversation. And of late, the kind of place I'm at the minute is, for all of my spiritual experiences, I try to break them down into what is actually happening. And I know that sometimes that isn't a good thing, because sometimes if we try and focus on the mechanics of something, we lose the magic of it. But sometimes, and I think for me right now, it is a good thing, because if I understand what is happening within me that produces the result it produces, then I think it helps me to understand more about what is happening to me, and helps me to understand those things that take me forward in my journey and those things that hold me back. And I read an interesting article recently. I can't even remember where it was, but there was a phrase in there, and it said something like, fracture your mind to increase your enlightenment, or something like that. And as I thought about that, I thought, well, that is exactly what happens in a way, because whether we realize it, whether we accept it or not, we have quite fixed mindsets about many things. We go about our daily lives, and the things that we know of how we are, of how other people are, how the world is, we have quite definite views of the world, don't we? And we see this sometimes in our prejudices and in our fixed beliefs about things, which sometimes we might not even know why we think that, but we think it, we've always thought it. And whilst we stay in that frame of mind, in that unfractured state, if you like, that we can't expand, because we are held rigidly in the place that we're at. So what fractures our minds that they might expand and move towards enlightenment? For me, the biggest tool, I think, that has helped me to do this is meditation. And part of the, well, not part, a huge part of the process that I'm following involves meditation, and daily meditation. And I've mentioned this in some of my other videos, not predominantly a passive meditation where you just clear your mind and see what comes up, but more of an active meditation style where I am focusing on specific things, and the majority of those specific things will be phrases, sentences, concepts. Now, in Zen Buddhism, these are known as koans, and they are tools meant to do that. That when we hold them in our mind, when we turn them around and about and inside out and upside down, when we focus our attention on them, that's what they do. They start to break open our preconceptions and expand our understanding, not always instantly, and not always whilst we're in the process of doing the meditation, but in the hours and days and weeks and even months that follow. Excuse me. Now, these koans, although are attributed mainly to Zen Buddhism, it arose by any other name, isn't it? Because many cultures and many spiritual systems use this form of mind training. And a koan can be well, let's give an example. In the Christian tradition, you could meditate on the sentence, God is love. Now, Christianity is my background, and I tell you now that for me, even as I just hear the words, I feel so many images, concepts, so many avenues that my mind would want to rush down and explore. It is something for me that is a strong trigger statement. It might not be for someone else. Another one, which I contemplated recently, what is earth to body, soul to sky, spirit to eternity. And again, as I started to allow that sentence to twist and turn and unravel in my mind, with all its images, with all its concepts, with all its possibilities, again, I felt something like an uprushing of something within me. And now some of you may understand this if you've had this experience where you feel bigger on the inside than the outside, and as if your mind is stretching. And I have wondered why it is that some sentences can produce instantly such a very strong response in me, and other sentences not so, and I really have to work hard at to get something out of. And it's often those sentences that I think, well, there's nothing much in this for me, that produce something in the days, weeks that follow. Now, I don't know why that is, and I certainly don't think this is a teaching, but the conclusion that I've come to for myself is that the reason some of these sentences, these phrases, produce strong, very strong results, and why some don't, is because perhaps those that produce a strong result are touching something that's already near the surface of my personal awareness, of my expansion of mind that's going to come as a result of it. And so I think when we contemplate anything deeply, it is the deep of the sentence, the phrase, calling to the deep within ourselves. And of course, the deeper it is within ourselves, the harder we have to, it's not harder work, but the more work we have to put in, maybe to get the connection and to get the experience. But something that's near the surface, it's deep, calling to deep, but the deep within us is not quite so deep. So it reaches out. You feel it, your mind reaching, your consciousness reaching out to grasp this new understanding, which is like a bubble coming to the surface of your awareness from the depths of your knowing, which is not connected to your current conscious awareness and your current conscious knowledge. The bubble rising up, and as it gets nearer to the surface, you feel this new understanding about to dawn. And I think for me, that is why I read some sentences, and immediately before I even go into my meditative mode, I feel the effect that it's having on me in my mind. Because remember, your knowing is not only that which you are consciously aware of, it's all that within your subconscious from this life, from your previous lives, and from all of the lives of your species. The sum total of the experience of humanity is part of your birthright. Not only your land, not only your continent, but the world. We are children of the world. We're all joined. We're all one. We all come from one source. We will all go back to one source. Your experience at some level is my experience, and my experience is your experience. We have a shared understanding, and we, through our meditations and through our activities that try and raise our consciousness, can tap into this, and we can know these things that we haven't known by our immediate experience. Not in this life. Maybe not in any of our lives, but in the life of our species. Anyway, this is only a quick video. I'm just about to be invaded by hungry dogs and cats. And so thank you for listening, and I will catch you guys soon. Bye for now.